So that's a quick sneak peek inside some of our haunted houses. But we also didn't want to leave you without knowing more about our scare zones. Traditionally, haunted houses always get a little bit more focused, but this year, some of the things we're doing in the streets are by far unique, different, and never done before. This is a scare zone called 7. It represents 7 evils that we have come to live with over our lives. In this scare zone, what makes this unique and different, it lives up on Hollywood, is that the characters actually change over the night. Most of the characters follow around the 7 sins. This is a character drawn for greed. This actually is the assistant character. The main character are all female cast. They're all done by color. And then over the night, when you actually enter the zone during the daylight, they're actually somewhat sensual, seductive, and somewhat of a spectacle. As they change, as the night goes to dark, they also transform. There's 3 separate stages for our characters, in costume and in makeup design. Right now you're looking at costumes, that's why you don't have any headshots on. Most of the makeup design is done separately. But here, Greed basically transforms. The jewelry around her, the gold that she wears, basically becomes her prison. It continually becomes bigger and larger and actually starts to suffocate her. She actually transforms over the night, becomes more blue in color, like she's being suffocated. What you also don't see on the headshot here is they all wear porcelain masks at the beginning of the evening. And as the night basically continues, they remove the mask to show you kind of a twisted side underneath. This is a scare zone, again, we've never done, that changes overnight.
I want to see photo ops at all 7 stations, each and every one of them.
Rome Evil actually is a scare zone placed up by Central Park area in our event. It plays with the characters that come to life in a very twisted part. Some of these characters take the form of ravens and owls. Stiltwalkers and ground characters come in contact with you. They all basically come to life out of the bushes, the vines, and lots of the landscaping. Canyon of Dark Soul. This is an area over by Animal Actors or International Food Bazaar. Another thing unique to us is typically we take the landscape and we expand upon it. We build architecture. Kim built a few years ago a whole drive-in theater. This year we actually created our own landscape. We built a canyon. We wanted to put you in a very tight, confined space. Typically, streets and Universal Studios don't have those types of locations, so we had to create it. We created wonderful totems that now become sentinels across this landscape. As you make your way through here, you're confined, you're twisted, and at the same time, you're completely surrounded by the Canyon of Dark Soul.
Those skulls are about 4 or 5 feet tall each. Just the skull.
Night Maze. This is somebody I know you guys have been following Facebook, and what we've been able to sense is the one you're most excited about. So this one's placed over by Shrek Alley. It actually is the first time we've ever created a transforming scare zone within the park. Typically we avoid those types of structures, those designs, because the architecture of a scare zone is to keep flow, keep the people moving within the park. The actors pretty much work around basically fixed scenery. Here, the scenery moves. The actors and the performers are able to change the space while you're in it. When you enter it, it will not be the same when you leave it. We're excited about this scare zone. We think you guys are going to have a blast in it, and at the same time, we think it's probably something nobody's ever done before.
Go ahead. Best way to go through?
With your eyes closed. As a result, this is placed on the streets of our back lot. We bring you in touch with acid rain that has basically fermented the city streets. And something unique here, we've actually done video projections before as part of a 360 show and part of a scare zone, or actually a show we did back in 2006, but we've never placed them in a scare zone with you. Well, this year, that's all new. We're actually putting video on the Macy's facade, the Tribune, and the public library, and actually showing you how the acid rain has basically deteriorated these buildings over time. Here's a sneak peek of what that's going to look like. This is actually amazing. The technology is available to us now that wasn't available even 2 or 3 years ago. Makes this all possible. When we project on a building, it actually makes the building pretty much disappear. And this video architecture takes over the space.
You're going to stand in the street and not believe your eyes. Those buildings absolutely fall apart.
And this is one of the characters that populates the streets. They've also lived in the world of acid rain for a little too long. Street makeover. And last but not least, you will come in contact with Lady Luck. You will take your chances. You will take the chance to coin, roll the dice, take a card. This is actually placed in our Spinning Alley Scare Zone. And you will see both sides of Lady Luck. Lady Luck is a unique character for us. Again, an icon like others, but not like others, because she has two worlds. She has the world that she tries to seduce you, she tries to entice you, she tries to make you take that chance. Make the choice. You're lucky. Come on. You think you can win. And the reality is, you never win, because you can never beat the house. And you come in contact with your more twisted, more monster, more demonic side.
How many of you purchased tickets for Halloween markets? You made your first choice. Very good.
Last but not least, before we get into questions, we want to wrap up and say, all of you who made your choices, who come here tonight to buy your ticket to see you on one given night within October or September, basically, that's all in somebody's hands. It's all in Lady Luck's hands. And your fate is definitely going to be ruled by her. Questions? At this point, we're going to actually ask for some questions.